The data gap. In the world of generative AI, there is a massive gap between a model that can chat and a model that can act. Standard LLMs are frozen in time. They don't know your inventory levels, your Q4 projections, or your customer churn rate. Traditionally, connecting them meant writing custom, brittle glue code for every single database. Google ADK and the MCP Toolbox change that by creating a standardized, industrial-grade bridge. The power of the Toolbox server. Think of the MCP Toolbox not just as a driver, but as a security guard. It sits in front of your BigQuery or PostgreSQL instances. It doesn't just pass queries, it validates them. It ensures the AI only sees what it's allowed to see. By using a tools.yaml configuration, you move the complexity out of the Python code and into a managed environment where DevOps and security teams can audit every single interaction. Orchestration with Google ADK. The Google Agent Development Kit, ADK, then acts as the commander. It takes the high-level intent from the user, like analyze our risk in the EMEA region, and breaks it down. Because the ADK is MCP native, it can instantly discover what tools the toolbox is offering. It understands the schema, the required parameters, and the data types without you having to explain them in a prompt. Scalability and future-proofing. The beauty of this architecture is portability. Because this follows the Open Model Context Protocol, the tools you build today for a Gemini-based agent in the ADK will work tomorrow with any other MCP-compliant host. You are building a library of enterprise capabilities, not just a single chatbot. This is how you move from a proof of concept to a production AI ecosystem.
Configuration. Tools.yaml. This file is the source of truth for the MCP server. Sources. This section defines the where. It points to your physical database instance. By defining it here, you keep sensitive connection strings out of your application logic. Tools. This is the what. Each tool has a name and a description. Crucial detail. The description is actually for the AI, not the human. The LLM reads this to decide, does this tool help me answer the user's question? Query. Notice the :region name syntax. This is a parameterized query. It prevents SQL injection by ensuring the AI can't inject malicious commands. It can only provide the specific value for that variable.
The agent logic, agent.py. This Python script is the brain that uses the ADK. Toolboxclient.url. This establishes a live connection to the MCP server. It performs a handshake where the server tells the client, here are the 5 things I can do, such as get sales, get forecast. Tools equals DB tools. Instead of manually writing functions in Python, we simply pass the list of tools we discovered from the server. The ADK automatically generates the system instructions needed to tell Gemini how to use them. Agent.ask. When this is called, a complex dance happens. The agent sends the query to Gemini. Gemini responds, I need to call the get sales forecast tool with region name equals north. The ADK executes that tool via the toolbox. The toolbox runs the SQL and sends the data back. Gemini receives the data and writes a human-friendly response. By using this setup, your LLM never actually sees your database credentials. It only sees a list of capabilities. This architecture follows the principle of least privilege, which is the gold standard for enterprise software. Stay tuned for more.